the catch is that these things are being written, these TMDLs are being written, and these implementation plans are happening, but it's very difficult to actually do stuff on the land that makes a big enough change that the pollutant goes away. So that's where I believe they call what we are dealing with in terms of water pollution issues wicked problems, because it's somebody's economy, whatever, let's say it's agriculture, industry that needs to make their profit to survive, and we want their product to survive as well. How do we balance their needs with the needs of the environment? It's a wicked problem. So theoretically, this system should work. We write a plan, we say this is what we need to do to fix the water quality problem, we implement it, the water quality problem is fixed. It's just not simple to actually make that plan happen. Does that make sense? Sure.
Well, how could we get more efficiencies in this whole system? I see now that on Mason Creek, in 1 year's period of time, Jane took phosphorus samples. I was hauling water samples to the Conwalk sewer plant out of Mason Creek for phosphorus testing. And North Lake Management District hired this guru from UWM, I forgot his name.
Oh, they get samples for phosphorus?
Yeah, the samples for phosphorus.
Oh, that's a great question. You know, within the DNR, we try to push people to use the state lab of hygiene, which is what Jane did last year, because the state lab of hygiene, when they enter their results, they go right into the Department of Natural Resources database. So when the biologists are using the data to make listings of impaired waters, they feed right in. But these other labs, they're not necessarily fed right into the DNR system. So it's a disconnect, and that's an excellent question. How do we become more efficient and share resources? One would be we get more money so that all these labs that are certified in the state can feed their data into one place, and that the people who need the data to make decisions can get it out easily. And that requires a respect for the fact that data management takes time and staff and money to do it. So however we do that is another wicked problem, but I agree, and it would be, if we had endless money, if we were Bill Gates' money, what we could do with that.
One thing you can do is that when the DNR is putting together the impaired water list, which they do every 2 years, they do a general call for data on
That's true.
streams and sites.
That's
And
true.
if you have data, you can submit that.
That's true.
Those
We
data
just-
to the
call?
We
DNR.
just sent it out, I sent it out in December. There was a call in December I sent out,
Yes.
if you're on my spam list, the Wisconsin Stream Monitoring listserv. If you got the newsletter the other day, that's the same list. I sent out that call. The one thing about it, it's doable, but it's a bit onerous to get it into the way that they need it. Having said it, I understand it, because if they're getting data from 8,000 sources, they need it all to be the same way that it's set up, so they can just put it all together. Otherwise, they could be forever trying to organize the data so that it aligns. But that's a great point.
Yeah.
But despite all that, I had no data. I was sending it here, there, sending it there.
But those labs
Somebody
have
else
those
told me.
labs have the data, right? So where you're sending it, those labs can submit their data to the State Lab of Hygiene, and they can submit it
Yeah.
through this call. But they have to have, again, it's a money thing and a staffing thing. They have to have the staff and the time to be able to organize it, to get it to that centralized database. So yeah, it's not an easy answer, but you're right. It would be wonderful to have better efficiencies and to share better.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.